All right, class, I just wanted to real quickly review how to set up the title page of your document along with the headers. We've been using these in the discussion board, so I want to make sure that everyone is clear on how to do this, and then we can move on. It's one of those things, it's just a matter of a learning curve, so we want to make sure that we know how to do this. So first of all, when we set up a APA formatted title page, I only require the minimum amount of work because, I just want to make it easier. And so first of all, we're going to make sure that the document is double spaced, and that's what this button right here is. You can click on this and then click on 2.0. That means that it will become double spaced. Another option would be to open the paragraph formatting and come down here to line spacing and make sure it's sitting at double. If you do open up this area, you could also make sure that these are both 0, because that's what it should be. So APA calls for the title to be toward the middle of the page, on more at the top than the bottom. It's not saying exactly how many lines you go down, but think like the top 1/3 or something like that. So I just pressed enter down to about 2.5 inches or so down the page, and then I'm going to center. That's what this little dealio here is, and I'm going to type my title. I can't spell. Okay, so I type my title, press enter, then you're going to type your name, whatever your name might be, press enter, and then the university's name. And that is it. That's all that's required in terms of the title information on the APA formatted title page. Now, other instructors down the line might require you to include their name, the date that the assignment was due, or the class that you're in, but I don't require that. This is the minimum amount of information that APA requires, and APA really leaves it up to the instructor in terms of formatting extra information. So, but for our class, just the title, your name, and the university name will be fine. And then if we come up here, we're going to add some headers. Now, APA is a little bit tricky on the header information. The first page of your document should have the words running ahead on them, and then the title of your paper, and then the rest of the pages have to have just the title of the paper. You could think of this in terms of, like, if you were to turn in an assignment in a physical classroom, and there's 30 students in the class, and all of them put their papers up on the teacher's desk, and the teacher stands up and, oh my gosh, drops all of them, and they're scattered everywhere. This running head and the rest of the headers should help the instructor put them all back together without any trouble. So that's what I like to think of when I think of these headers, because otherwise it doesn't really make sense to me. But that's how it goes. So when you create a header in a Word document, you just come above. Let me do that again. You come up. This is the margin area. If you don't see the ruler on your paper, you can go to View and then click on this ruler box here, and then you'll be able to see the rulers. I think it's important to see those, just because you need to check and make sure that everything's 1-inch margins according to APA, and so that just makes it easier. But what you do to create headers, you bring your cursor up above the margin area on the first page, you double click there, and it should open up the header area. Notice that header and footer tools open. And what I'm going to do is type in the information that's going to be on all the rest of the pages of my document, not the first page. And I'll show you why in just a second. But for every other page that's going to happen on your paper, you need to have the title in all caps and then the page numbers. So the title should match the title that you have here. The same thing should be up here. So I've pressed the cap locks key, and that's how it would look. And then I'm going to just use my tab. You should have a little black line here at the right hand side of your ruler. If you don't, you can just click on it, and then it would create a black line. And basically that's a tab. So I'm going to use my tab button on my keyboard and take me over there on that side of the page. And then I'm coming up here to my header and footer tools over to the left where it says page number. You just click that and a new menu will open up. I'm going to go down to current position and plain number. The thing about APA formatting is everything is very plain and simple. So you should have the title of your paper in all caps, and then the page number on the left, or on the right, sorry. And then up here in the header and footer tools, there's a box that says different first page. We're going to click on that. Oh, and everything disappeared. That's okay. Now you can type in what the first page is going to look like, and that's going to have, not in caps, the words running head and a colon. And then I'm going to press cap locks again and type the title of my paper and do the same thing I did before in terms of tabbing over, inserting my page number, and then I can close the header. So this, you can see, then becomes lighter. It's just, if I were to print it out, it would all be the same color font. It just stays lighter because it's showing that this is part of the header. Real quickly, now I do require Times New Roman font, and this is not what that is here on my paper, so I'm going to change that. It should be Times New Roman 12-point font, Times New Roman 12-point font. So sorry that wasn't like that. Now you're like, okay, well, didn't all that other stuff I had typed go away? Well, it actually didn't. It actually set it up so that the next page, I'm just going to insert page break. It's faster. And you can see at the top of page 2, we have title of my paper, page 2. And if you were to go and continue to go on, you could see page 3, page 4, and so on and so forth. So you can see that every page will have those headers at the top, and it doesn't look like the one that's on your first page. So that's how you set up your title page and headers. So if you do have any questions, please feel free to contact me. Otherwise, we'll see you in class. Thanks.